Entertainment Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Star Trek Discovery Season 5, Episode 5, and my thoughts on this episode. Discovery, you went way too far with this episode. Way too far. Now, Discovery for recent years has been, I would say, the one thing that I will say is good about this show is the fact them going to the future means they can't fuck up canon anymore, or at least that's what I thought. But this episode, Discovery answered a question that no Star Trek fan would ever trust the Discovery writers to ever answer. And it is a complete and utter joke how that particular thing was shown in this episode was ridiculous, and the amount of implications that brings. Like, for one reason, how the fuck can he survive without the suit? That race is supposed to stay in those fucking suits because it keeps them alive. But apparently, this son of a bitch can survive outside of his suit for long periods of times. The Discovery writers do not understand the fucking race that they are revealing to us for the first fucking time. Now, I was going to wait till spoilers to ruin this, but I have to say what the race is. It's the fucking Breen. Locke is a fucking Breen. Now, why is that a problem for me? Because I know there's going to be some arsehole out there who's going to say they're just showing you more about Star Trek. They're just showing you what fans have wanted to know. The reason I hate this, not one, because it's Discovery and every time they try to do something with Star Trek canon, it turns out to be shit, which this is. And two, the writers don't understand Star Trek. They fucking really don't. And Locke is one of the biggest fucking proofs of that. Why do Breen wear the fucking uniform? Why do they wear the helmet? Because it keeps them alive. That Breen uniform is designed to keep them alive because when they're off of their snow planet, they are at risk of fucking dying. And by the way, they come from a very cold, very, very below level in temperature planet. How the fuck is Locke green? How? That doesn't make fucking sense. And again, how is Locke surviving? If he's a Breen, how is he not dead? Why is he so comfortable outside of his suit? Remember in Star Trek, not Discovery, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, when Kira had to rip a suit off a Breen and she even said that killed him? But apparently now they can survive outside their suit. And the two-face is bullshit. Because, oh yes, it wasn't just a face reveal. It was two faces. Because apparently the Breen have a normal face and a see-through face. I am not making this up. That's what they have. Oh my god. I've not even talked about the episode. Oh my god. This is such a fucking ridiculous thing for Discovery to ever have done. Discovery, you are a shit show. Okay, I get it. This is you want to put your mark again on Star Trek lore because, as I probably, what I think has happened is they want to put their mark on more Star Trek lore because they all know Discovery is going to be forgotten about in a month after it's finished. Not even that. I say 10 minutes. But they wanted to fucking fuck over the Star Trek fans one last time in the real canon. And this is just one of the big ones to me. Like, the amount of... Oh, God. Every time you now see the Breen, you're going to see Locke. And that is just fucking terrible. But that wasn't just the only thing in this episode. We also have to talk about the stupid fucking mistake that Discovery is now trying to fix in this episode from the first season of Discovery, when they introduced us to the stupid fucking Terran Empire shit story and how that ended. Where in this episode they answer a few questions about that as well. Also in this episode we have to know about people's father issues, because Christ almighty, we literally can't have a science-based show. No, it has to be feelings, emotions, bullshit. Oh, and the Doctor also is having a fucking issue with his life. And oh my god, we had to listen to that. This entire episode is, I would say, I am putting this down right now. I'm putting this as a marker. This is the worst Star Trek episode throughout all 5 seasons. I get it. I know the burn was fucking awful. I know, and the reveal, that was terrible. But this episode, this fucking over the Breen like that. Okay, they were a mysterious, interesting race, and they just torpedoed it with making the Breen look like fucking dickheads. And the fucking way they look just looks so fucking pathetic. This is the worst episode because of that. Because of that damage that they've now done to Star Trek canon. Now I know to the people who are on my side, we can just avoid this. We can never speak about this, but you know it's going to be in the back of your head. You know it's going to be in the back of your head when you fucking watch the Breen now. And that to me is just fucking shit. A 0 out of... No. A 0's too good for Discovery. I'm going to do this for the first time. A -10. A -10. That's how pissed off I am. That is how pissed I am about this episode. -10 out of 10. Fuck you, Discovery. Just fuck you. Let's get to spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave in 3, 2, 1. So, the episode starts off with Book talking about, you guessed it, his feelings and fucking emotions. About how the fact we also find out from Book, he is, Mol's father is his mentor. So, because of that, he feels some feelings for Mol. Like she is his sister because her father brought him up, taught him everything he knows. And, you know, because he lost his planet, he needs a family. So, yeah, that's why he's now very determined to try to save Mol, because he feels like he owes it to her father. The next scene is Tilly and Stamets have located the next clue. And where is next clue? In a secret wormhole that they have been able to find using very special scanners. So Discovery head in that direction. When they get there, Discovery is too big to go through the little hole, the little opening of the wormhole. So Michael and Book say they're going to use a shuttle, fly in there and locate the next clue. So they get on a shuttle and fly off. Whilst this is all going on, Rampart, is it Rampart? Sorry, wrong show. Raynar takes command of Discovery and starts asking, you know, all the crew to do their jobs. Tells Stamets and Tilly to do something. And listen, I didn't fucking know. Do something sciencey, because whenever Discovery actors talk science, my brain just turns off. And it's because when they try to explain it, it feels like I'm being explained science by a child. And it is just like, get to the point. Get to the point. Get to the fucking point. In normal Star Trek, better Star Trek, true Star Trek, you know, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. When it came to the science stuff, they explained it fantastically. They made you interested in it. I mean, Star Trek has always had, or at least they had that gift to make you interested in this very complicated stuff. And it made so many people fucking interested. Star Trek was able to inspire people to go into the sciences. That's what Star Trek used to do. With Discovery, you want to punch your screen because you want them to get to the fucking point. And you can tell these actors don't have a fucking clue at what they're talking about. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about much on the fucking what the Discovery was doing at this point, because again, it was just so boring. Let's just concentrate on the main plot, which is Michael and Book heading through the wormhole and looking for the next clue to the progenitor's fucking weapon or device. So they go through the wormhole. They look through some debris which is hitting them, and when they go through most of the atmosphere, they then see a mysterious ship. But it turns out to be half a ship. And then they both realise that's Mol and Locke's ship. But why is it in half? No idea, by the way. They don't really explain that. Apparently, it might have been storms inside the fucking wormhole. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? But then they discover something else. And it turns out to be the Enterprise. But not just their Enterprise. No, it's not theirs. It is the ISS Enterprise. The Terran Empire Enterprise. Supposed to be so amazed by this. So, oh my god, they found the Enterprise. Fuck off. Just fuck right off. Because this is the dumbest hiding place you could ever put something. Because it makes literally no sense how you would know it would survive there for a long period of time. But we haven't got there yet. I will go into detail about why this is so fucking stupid. Do not worry. I will get into that shit. So, they have discovered the Enterprise. We go through the credits scene. They land on the ship or fucking, connect to this fucking ship. Go through a couple of hallways. Get to the bridge. You see it's the Terran Bridge, and yes, it does obviously look like Discovery are trying to save money by using Strange New World sets. Because let's be fucking honest here, this series has definitely been made on the fucking cheap. And if somebody says to me, CGI shit, fuck off. This series is done on a definite shrinking budget. Okay, so they're on the bridge, having a look around, trying to figure out if they can locate Mol and Locke, and also where the next clue to the stupid fucking treasure hunt is. And then we get what I obviously knew was going to happen when we found the Enterprise, the reminder that Michael is the sister of Spock, because they cannot ever stop reminding us about that. Again, it's not true. Michael is not his sister. This does not exist. This is not canon. Fuck you, Discovery writers. But they do have to remind you because most people don't know or even care. But I do, and I refuse. I refuse to accept that. Call me every name you want under the sun. Fuck you. Anyway, she says that's where her brother worked. Okay, like, who gives a shit? You've never told Book about... Oh, never mind. So, they locate where Locke and Mol are. They're in, I think it was the medical centre? Not medical centre. The med bay, sorry. The med bay. They go down to look for them. And then... Whilst they're heading to the med bay, they come across a couple of rooms. But these rooms look very weird for a military ship, because the IS Enterprise is a military ship in that time, or in that mirror universe. They look around and see, what's a bunch of children's toys doing everywhere? Why does this place look like people were living here? What's going on with this particular ship? Why is it here? Blah, 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 blah. So, it turns out this is a refugee ship that is escaping the Terran Empire because, remember from the first season of Discovery, where Michael was able to destroy the leadership of the fucking Empire because of her mother figure being the Empress, and the fact that she had a rebellion against her from the old captain. Listen, I ain't watched season 1 in a very long time. I forgot a lot of names, okay? But if you've watched the first season, you know what I'm talking about. That twat who wanted to become the new emperor and kill the Empress, and how all that shit was stopped by Michael killing all of his loyal supporters, and, you know, showing the whole galaxy that the fucking Terran Empire could be defeated. And that's what starts the massive rebellion led by Saru in that timeline. Well, it turns out it completely fucking failed, because when Brooke looks at the ISS plaque, it says, and I have no fucking idea why you'd bother to put that on a fucking plaque. That should be literally explaining what the Enterprise is, but apparently the Resistance had so much time to write out a fucking note saying, this is the ISS Enterprise. It has got refugees on it from the Empire trying to escape tyranny. I am not bullshitting you. Apparently the Resistance had time to do this. For no fucking reason, by the way, other than to tell us or to fix a massive issue in the fucking timeline, again, which was put by Discovery. They have to explain how the fuck the fucking Terran Empire could have been defeated, but then when Kirk gets swapped with his evil double in that timeline, the Terran Empire are at its height. So they had to explain what happened with that, and this is how they decided to do it. A plaque basically saying the Terran Empire won the war against Saru, and Saru was the leader of the Resistance, and that's pretty much why it failed, because they spent more time being fucking woke bastards than actually fighting a fucking war, it turns out. Again, wasting time on a plaque. Whatever. But we now have to talk about, oh my god, we now have to talk about where is the next clue on our treasure hunt mission bullshit. Now, is this in a safe place? Is it in a secure place? No, it's on a fucking table in a fucking locket. I can't anymore with this show. It's literally like, so let me get this straight. This is a bloody map with fucking clues that are to lead to the ultimate weapon to find out how life fucking began, and this is how you secure your next piece in the fucking puzzle, by putting it on a fucking table in a locket on a ship that is in a fucking wormhole that could get hit by something, another ship. Oh, fucking hell. This episode is so stupid. It fucking is. That's it. There it is. That's the fucking clue. It's in a fucking locket. So they get out of there, head to the fucking medbay, and they bump into fucking Locke and Mull, who are using fucking holograms, so when they go into a room they can't just shoot them on sight, they have to pick between all these other fucking versions of them. So they see the holo emitters, they run in a room, shoot at that, and then it's pretty much, you know, put down your weapons, Starfleet's here to help you, we know you're trapped on the fucking Enterprise, you know, you can come with us on our ship and we'll take you back, and the Federation will be lenient with your sentence. But then, when both sides back out of the fucking room, oh no, hold on. I forgot about Locke's fucking scene. Oh yes, Locke scene. Well, not Locke, Book's scene. Book has to tell Moll that he is a friend of her father's, he was a mentor to him, and she mentions, is that why you fucking decided to use his name? And she's basically has father issues, so does Book, by the way. And so she's now angry, but when they both try to leave the rooms, 2 ray shields come up, locking Locke and Michael in the room. And then they now have to work with each other to get Locke and Michael out of the room, off this ship, because apparently the wormhole is going crazy. So you can't survive on this ship. Again, a reason why not to put a fucking clue to a very powerful weapon on a ship that's in danger of blowing up. But okay. Fucking hell. Anyway, so Book and Moll head to the bridge to try to find a way to turn off the ray shields. And the force fields. Not ray shields, wrong franchise. Force fields. So, whilst they're going there, we get this bullshit scene between them, which is basically... Oh no, I completely forgot the other fucking thing. Also, what they talked about in that room is, why are Locke and Moll so determined to hand over these clues to the Breen? Well, it turns out the Breen have a massive and very rare bounty on Moll and Locke. Now, why would the Breen have that on these 2 people? Why are these 2 people so important to the Breen? Well, somehow, and I will say this, somehow Michael is able to put nothing together and just say, look, you're a Breen, aren't you? I have no idea how she even came to that conclusion. I have no idea. I get the fact that she is told that they have put a very important bounty on them. Okay, I get that's an important thing. I don't get how she was able to connect that to Locke is a Breen. Like, there is nothing. There's nothing pointing to that. And when I heard that for the first time, I was like, you can't be serious. The writers cannot be doing this. A mysterious character like the Breen. Something that Star Trek fans have been wondering for fucking years. I have been wondering what the Breen have looked like since I was a fucking kid. And Locke is a Breen. I am so fucking angry. That's the best you could do. A green, ugly motherfucker like that. But oh no, don't worry. He's not just green. He can be see-through as well. Fucking hell. Wow. Just wow. Then we get the stupid flashback scenes of why Locke and Moll are so attached to each other, because basically they fell in love with each other on a platform while she was doing deals with the Breen, and Locke turned out to be royalty. He also figured out she was cheating the Breen, and they became fucking romantically involved with each other. It turned out the Breen are also racist bastards who believe in pure blood bullshit. And also, when the Breen catches him, with Moll, he decides to stand up to his uncle because, again, Locke is fucking royalty, and that is out of order. Not only him going out with some other race is out of order, the fact he's showing his evil face. Not just the fact he's showing his face, but apparently in Breen culture now they do not show their green face, they have to show their see-through. I don't know where to go with this. I honestly don't. This is what we've wanted as Star Trek fans. We want to know what the Breen would look like. We want to know what their culture was like. And they give it to Discovery writers. They give it to Kurtzman. Oh my god. I mean, the Breen are done. They're done. This is so pathetic. Like, Discovery has done a lot of shit to Star Trek. They have done a lot of shit. Like, they have damaged a lot. But the Breen... I know there'll be people saying they weren't that big of a race. They weren't that known. I know. And they were very interesting because of that. You've always wanted... Most Star Trek fans have always wanted to know about the Breen. And it was the Discovery writers who showed us. I'm just fucking angry right now. I'm just fucking pissed off. Like, wow. You just done. They're done. The Breen are pathetic now. Wow. Fucking wow. So, he betrays his people for love, shoots 2 guards, shoots his uncle who told him he has to kill Mull to redeem himself in the eyes of his people, and they run off. And that's their story in their flashback scenes. So, Michael and Locke in a room together, talking and shit. Book and Mull go up to the bridge, talking about her dad and how she tells Book how he betrayed her, how he abandoned her. We all know how this is going to fucking go, don't we? They're going to find her daddy, and he's going to say, I didn't leave you, I had to do... Again, we all know how this is going to fucking go. He's going to have to apologise to her. She's going to be... whatever. I honestly just don't care. I'm just still pissed about the Breen. So, they're able to turn off the fucking force fields. But whilst they were doing all this, Michael and Locke decide to get into a fight with each other because Locke is so, he's so in love with Mull. He doesn't want to end up in prison. And then when Michael says, you'll be treated fair, and he then says, we'll be at least put in prison together, blah, 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 blah. They have a fight, and then Michael gets the upper hand. Locke accidentally stabs himself. And when Mull and Book get back to the med bay, Mull sees Locke's been stabbed. And she's pretty fucking pissed off because she's so in love with him and she cares about him and what the fuck ever. Book also has to tell Michael about the fact one of the bumps when they turned off the force fields, apparently had jolted the ship enough to dislodge the shuttle, and now the shuttle's flying off. So the only way for them to get out of the wormhole safely is to fly the ISS Enterprise out of the wormhole. But they have to send a signal to the Discovery to help them open the wormhole's opening up bigger so they can fit the Enterprise through it. By the way, Locke and Mull are just left alone. Just left alone. Not put in some sort of prison cell. Not guarded. I get it, something to say, not enough people. Again, probably why you should bring us an actual fucking away team and not just you and fucking Book. But why didn't you bring them to the bridge with you? Why didn't you keep an eye on them? These 2 motherfuckers might be the downfall of the Federation. But let's not worry about that. Let's just get to the fucking... Let's just get the Enterprise out of the wormhole. Again, someone will probably say, well, if they didn't get the Enterprise out of the fucking wormhole, it would get destroyed. Then the threat is gone. Okay, but we ain't even there yet to one of the dumbest scenes. So, Michael sends a tractor beam through the wormhole to signal to Raynar some fucking bullshit that his planet knows. And when he figures that out, we get the most cringiest science scene from Discovery yet, where they're all trying so desperately to sound like they understand what they're talking about, and it comes off so fucking fake. And what do they say at the end? basically going to fire torpedoes that are going to have special things put in them that are going to open up the wormhole bigger so a starship can fly through it. They fire a bunch of torpedoes, the Enterprise comes through, and as soon as the Enterprise comes through, by the way, Stamets is able to figure out it's the ISS Enterprise. I have no idea how he knows. There is no way he could have known that was the ISS Enterprise. No fucking way. He doesn't see the hull, he doesn't see it on the computer, he just looks at the screen and all he's seen is bloody... I see the same thing, okay? It was a grey looking Enterprise. That could have been any fucking ship. But he knew it was the ISS Enterprise. No idea how he knew it. No idea. So they pull the Enterprise through the fucking wormhole. It gets out. And as soon as the Enterprise is out of the wormhole blows up. And Locke and Mole are able to escape on some sort of shuttle. And then they get away again. And the final scene, I'm not mentioning the Doctor shit, okay? Okay, fuck it. The Doctor's having feelings and emotions and is annoyed he can't talk to Stamets about it. That's his episode with Tilly. That's all. Nothing of importance was talked about. So at the end of the episode, Michael finds the piece to the puzzle, gives it to Stamets to scan to see the next, to the next place they have to go to for the next piece of the fucking puzzle. And then she brings up the fact that the Doctor from the ISS Enterprise is the Doctor who's also been working with the Romulan Doctor and all the other fucking Doctors who found the progenitor shit and who built the stupid path and built the stupid map to the bloody weapon or fucking technology. And they all lived happily ever after, all the refugees from that ship. The end. The fucking end. And the episode ends with Michael and Book connecting again and bullshit like that. And that's the end of the episode. On our next treasure hunt episode. A 0 out of 10. I know it was very childish to say -10. It's a 0 out of 10. This is a terrible episode. Terrible. This breaks more Star Trek lore and fucks up a very interesting species in the Star Trek franchise. I don't care the fact they fixed the problem of the fucking Terran Empire because they made the fucking problem. You don't get points for fucking something up. That would be like me crashing into somebody's car and then saying, it's thanks to me your car is now fixed. Like, fuck off. You're the ones who broke it. Just because you fixed it, and I would say in a shit way, doesn't give you any points. This was a stupid episode. This damages so much more of Star Trek. And the lore. And to do that to the brain. It's gutting, man. It really is. I'm a Deep Space Nine diehard fan. And I did enjoy Season 7 of Deep Space Nine. I enjoyed the brain. And now it turns out they're not a cool, interesting race. They're a bunch of green racists. And that's what Discovery adds to the lore of Star Trek. Fuck you. And that is the end of my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And if you like my content, do think about subscribing. And if you have a comment, leave it below. And I'll try to get back to it. Entertainment Soldier. Bye.